everybody, welcome back to my channel, and today I've got the update for my project 10 uses, which I was inspired to do by watching Paula from A Beauty Guru Made Me Do It, and also Chic Geek. And it's basically where you pick 5 to 10 products from your collection and you try and use them 10 times, and it's a way of showing some love to the products that you generally don't get a look in when you're project panning. And I think it's such an excellent idea, and those two ladies had used such a lot of their collection by doing this project. And some people do it roulette style where they pick things at random, or you can do it where you actually choose the items. I've chosen to choose them because that's how I roll, and I like to do that, and it works with, then I can pick things that work with the other products that I'm working on, but that's just how it suits me. So I missed the update in April because of being poorly and everything else, the technical difficulties that I had. So I'll go through the products I had from the March update, and then I've got almost all of them. I managed to hit the 10 uses goal, and then we can go from there. So there were 2 that I didn't, and they will roll over and I'll carry on using them in the next month. So the products that I did manage to hit goal on, I had 2 lipsticks. The first one was a No7 one in Highland Mist, which is this one, which is a really pretty sort of dusty colour. I like that one, that was very nice. I'd like to put that in a project, I think, and use it up because it's quite old, but it is nice and it still performs well. Then I've got this one, which was a Shop Miss A one from LA Colours, and the shade is Dusty Rose, and again it's a really pretty rosy colour. The packaging's really cheap, but the actual product is nice and it lasts quite well. So that's that one. Then I had a blush, which was the Kevyn Aucoin blush, Neo blush in Rose Cliff, which was beautiful. It doesn't even look like it's been touched. Even though I've used it 10 times, it doesn't look like there's any touching of it. It's amazing. But it looked beautiful on, thoroughly enjoyed it. Would definitely like to pull it out and work on it some more at some other point. Then I had 2 eyeliners. Now, again, I understand why people use projects like this to identify products that you later want to pan, because I found this eyeliner, which is ancient, which is a CG Smoothers eyeliner in Espresso, really, really old, and it's tiny. I mean, really tiny. Let's see how big it is against my hand. It's like, let's take the lid off so you can actually see. Tiny. It's only the size of the palm of my hand. I need to pan this and get rid of it, but it worked fine. Even though it's so old, it was fine, but I'd like to use it up and get rid of it later. So you might see it appear in a project later on, but I used it 10 times, so at least I've got a handle on how it performs and that I definitely want to use it. So I'm going to make a note somewhere of different products that I want to use up. Another one is this one. It isn't as old as the brown Espresso one, but this was just a grey eyeliner and it performed okay, but it is getting up there in age, and it wasn't as creamy as it used to be. It was fine, but it just wasn't as creamy, so definitely need to use that as well. So that was those 2. Then I had a Colourpop gel eyeliner in the shade Punch, which I don't think I used at all. It has had some use in the past, but I don't think I used it in this project at all. I can't find any record of using it, so this one will carry through into next month because I want to get 10 uses on it, because I can't remember what it was like. So definitely want to put some use on that. And then the other product I had in that I didn't meet my goal was this little No7 eyeshadow in Island Sea, which is a little blue, pale blue shimmer. Well, it's more like a satin than a shimmer. It's very pretty, but not a huge colour payoff. It's real satin soft shade, but it is okay. It's okay, but it does sort of sheer out to almost nothing if you're not careful. So I'd like to use that the 10 times. I think I've used that twice, so I've got another 8 times to go on it. So, and then the last 2 products I had in last time was a palette from You Can Be in Monroe from called Monroe Walk. Now this was a shimmer palette and it was brand new when I bought it in, and I've used it the 10 times and I loved this. It was really nice, thoroughly enjoyed using it. Really good colours. I didn't use the copper or the pale pink. I don't think I used this rosy pink, but I used everything else. Really enjoyed using it. The copper was just not the right time of year for me to use it, and I'm just not into baby pinks really. But yeah, enjoyed everything else. Very nice. And then I made a rookie mistake. I rolled in a little magnet, not this palette because I've just transferred them back to here, but a small palette the size of this one that was magnetic, full of single eyeshadows. And I did use them. They were these ones here. And I used them and I got somewhere between 5 and 7 uses out of each shade. But I just rolled in too many. And I won't make that mistake again. And I'm rolling them out because I've got quite a lot of use on each one, and I made a mistake that I put too many in. And I should have only put a couple in and got 10 uses on those two, and then rolled a few more in at the next update and so on. But I didn't do that. But it was a real rookie mistake and I'm not going to do it again. But I enjoyed them. I've had some uses out of them and I'm going to put them away now. So that's that one. You all learn from mistakes, I suppose, so that's what that is. So those are the products that are rolling out, apart from the eyeliner and the single eyeshadow. So I'll just move those out of the way. Then to roll in, I've got 2 eyeshadow palettes because I quite like to have an eyeshadow palette in here. And the first one I've got is the Carli Bybel Anastasia Beverly Hills one, which I'm sure you know what it looks like. Still even got the brush in, brand new. Thoroughly looking forward to this. Really looking forward to it. So I don't think I might have swatched some of them, but I don't think I've actually used it at all. So keen to get started on that one. And then this one I have used. I used it today for the first time, but before that it was brand new. And this is the BH Cosmetics Blueberry Muffin palette, and I loved it. I really enjoyed using it today. Thoroughly enjoyed it. So that's the colour story of that one. Really enjoyed that. And I thought by bringing this colour story in, it might help me use that little blue shade up as well and get the 10 uses on that. So that's the thinking behind it. And this has a really, really good formula. So I thought the two together would work. So that was my thinking behind it, which is why I quite like to think about and choose the products rather than doing it roulette style. Then I've got a primer, illuminating primer, which is from Physicians Formula, which is their Spotlight Primer, which is brand new. Then I've got 2 lip products, which the first one is a lipstick from L'Oreal in the shade Erotique, which is this one. It looks quite matte in the bullet. So let's see if we can do a shade swatch. Yeah, it's coming quite creamy and matte. So there it is. And then the next product is an extremely old high shine lip gloss in the shade Whisper from number 7, which is just a shimmery, doesn't really have much colour. I think I've dragged a bit of the lipstick into that, so it doesn't really, it's just a shimmery champagne colour really, so it's more like a topper shade than a colour on its own. And then I've got a blush which is very pigmented from BH Cosmetics, and this is in Honolulu Hideaway. It's one of their floral blushes, so that's quite pretty. And then lastly I've got a AOA, no not AOA, it's Shop Miss A, and it's Starry Velvet Mousse eyeshadow, and it's in the shade Nitro Pink. Well, to me that's not pink, that's a real peachy colour, but they call it Nitro Pink. Now it was brand new and I took the label off, just before filming and did a swatch, and I think if I sort of sheer it out, I could use this as a cream blush as well. So I'm going to try it both ways, as the eyeshadow and as a cream blush, and see how I get on, because I think that's really nice. But they're so creamy, they really are very soft and moussey, that I don't think they'll last very long. But there's not a lot of product in here. I asked, and if I can use it as a cream blush, that will help me do that. And the last product I've got is the good old Super Shock Cheek highlighter in Lunch Money, which is this one. And I'd like to use that the 10 times 2. So that's my last product. So they're my 10 products, and all of them for 10 uses. And as I said, I've missed the previous update, so that should have been at the end of April. So the next one will be at the end of May. So I've really only got just over 3 weeks to make use of these products. So if I don't meet the goal on them, they'll carry on into June. And I'll hopefully catch you for the update, and we'll see how far I get on, and then we'll go from there. So I'll hopefully catch you again soon. Have a nice weekend, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.